So, hello my little problem solvers. You've asked me to do some more mechanical stuff, and my friend has dropped me his scooter round. Now, it's got rather an interesting problem in that the clutch is not disengaging. So, for example, when you push the bike off its centre stand, the rear wheel locks, the bike will not move, yes, and when you attempt to start it, it instantly jumps forward and dies. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the transmission apart. Yeah, some people might jump in and say, oh, it needs a new spark plug or it needs new oil and all the rest of it. That's not the case. There's a problem with the transmission and we need to find out what it is, so we can order some parts and get it fixed. So, what I'm going to do today is show you the inner workings of the transmission on a Burgman UH125 2008 plate, and we'll show you what the problem is and show you how to fix it. Cool, let's get started. Right, I can only see, the only way in I can see is currently, I think by taking this airbox off and removing it. But I'm going to get the cover off just so I can have a good look at how it fits, because it might be that I can slip it around it, and if I can, that will be great, but if I can't, then I'm just going to have to go for it. The idea is to get inside here. This is where the transmission is. This is the air filter. There we go, we can see the air filter box. Whilst we're in there, we'll have a little look at that. Place it out of the way, keep the screws with it, so you know what's going back where. Right. Okay. Just pushes off there. How are you held in? That nut on the back there holds that in. It's free everywhere else. Yeah, so I think we can probably leave that connected and just jack it up at the back. So let's have a look at that nut there. I reckon that's possibly a 10. We can shut that actually, so we keep knocking it. Yeah, it is, but it's bloody tight. Remember where they come from. So yeah, that being able to move now should in theory give us enough clearance to get to all the bolts that we need to undo to get that out of the way. Right, so of course in typical Suzuki fashion, that's now an 8mm. I probably should have got an extension whilst I was up. That is not well bent. bolt is severely bent. And we also want to take them out clockwise so we can see if any of them, sometimes they're slightly longer. Onto the same side. Ah, now that doesn't look good. Instantly there's water dripping out of there. It's definitely water. Shouldn't be water in there. I need an extension. Now, I'm going to pin that up out the way. Is there anywhere it'll stick? No, so I need something to hold that up out the way. I don't want to go through disconnecting all the air filter pipes if I can help it. Right. Wish I had a bit more space. Yeah, apology. Of course, that wouldn't have a hole in it. Okay, just to move it up out of the way, just a touch. Now, there's a split there. Now notice there's an air filter. Well, don't force anything, just have a quick feel and just see. Right, so that's still solid. So that says to me that this here has got to come off. Right, which then means that the foot pegs have to come down. That's after a 10 or a 12. that one has a washer on it. Like I say, we don't really want to be forcing it. I just need it out of the way enough. And get to the bolts I want to undo. On that side. It's just empty. The other thing to do here is compare the size of these bolts once they come out. Because is that the same as those? No, it's not. They're slightly longer. So once we get this cap cover off, we need to put them with that. Then we know that we're putting the right bolts back in the right holes. Because as much as the head, the caps are all 8mm, some of them are slightly longer. And the last thing we want to do is put the wrong bolts back in the wrong place. There's another one there at the bottom. Still could come away yet. There you go. Right, so the big long one we know is at the bottom of there. Yeah, so we want to keep that in there. Them other two are for that. That one's in the bottom. Yeah? Put that plastic bit separate so we know where it goes. Right, and then this is free to come away and we can have a look at what's going on in here. So, looking inside, that water looks like it's just coming at the back here. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be any other damage on here. Not that I can see. All the fan fins are intact. Right. Okay. What else can we see? Spring looks okay. But that wheel there should be free moving, and it's not. When it is moving, it's taking up the preload off the clutch. So I'd say the clutch isn't working as it should. Right. Okay. So we need to get the clutch off. That looks in reasonable nick, to be honest. No scratches, no scoring, no wear. Looks alright. Fan's moving as it should. That's the engine turning over that. You can feel it turning. But if you look, the back wheel's moving. It's not freeing off as it should. So, I reckon the clutch is permanently engaged in there. Right. Everything else out of the way. That there is what the problem was. That should be bolted in. Whew. Right. Okay. that should be wound onto there. That, however, has not been wound onto there. It's stripped its threads and come off. And now we can take this off and we can undo that, and you can see, hopefully, that should be attached in there and it's not. That's what's gone wrong with your bike. Right, but that needs to be reattached somehow. So I'll let my blood pressure come back down, and then we'll see if we can reattach it. Right, okay, so let's just have a quick talk about what's actually happened here. So, the whole purpose of this unit is to allow the rear wheel to be free spinning whilst the engine is in motion. The idea being that when the engine spins with enough force, the shoes spread out and they contact the bell housing. The bell housing drives the rear wheel. Yeah? But what should happen here is that spring should have been in there. The clutch should be the clutch should be busted on top, and that should be compressed in and bolted down. But as you can see from the shape of the nut, it's knackered, broken. What I presume has happened is whoever has put this on in the first place hasn't put any Loctite on it, they haven't torqued it to the right setting, and basically what's happened is it's come away, it's sheared, which has then meant that rather than this actually being able to be being held in place, the clutch has been allowed to free float, which may have meant that it's been slanted like that and trapped in the bell. It's meant that it's constantly being engaged rather than being allowed to be let off. So, to fix this, I've had a good look at it, and inside here you can see the threads towards the edges are a little bit knackered, and I'm going to have a go at cleaning that up with a file, and I've ordered a new nut because there's enough of a contact patch on the outside edge. We'll coat it in some thread lock and hopefully it will be fine. So I mean, whilst having a look at this, it's not in the best of condition. There is some scoring on the inside that's happened. If the lad was keeping the bike for any length of time, I'd probably advise him to just buy a new one. However, he is getting rid of it, it is going, it's being shifted, and to be honest, I think he just wants to do it as cheaply as possible, and I can't blame him. So we're going to have a go at cleaning this up, hopefully make it look half decent, get it back together and get it on the bike. But at least we found out why our clutch wasn't operating as it should. So there we go. You can see that these have probably been caused by the clutch should sit in here nice, neat and tight and not move. What's obviously been happening is there's been some free play in there which has caused that to smash as it's been going. Yeah, this bell housing should sit on top like this and should be allowed to just spin freely, but it's not been allowed to do that. Yeah, whilst I'm in here, I'm going to have a quick look at the splines, check that they're all okay. I mean, it's not in the best of condition, it's really not, but at the same time that is the motion that we should be looking for. This should be allowed to free spin until that clutch engages, at which point it catches and turns the rear wheel. Yeah, so we will see if we can get it back together. Hopefully we can.